Okay guys, here we are in episode 2. It is day 1. We got a little bit of iron. We did some mining. And there you go, back up and see where we're at with our garden and so on. And I can't get up. Guess I have to add one more ladder. Okay, our garden's not growing as quick as I was hoping. That's not necessarily a good thing. I do have quite a lot more seeds, so I can expand it a little bit. I should probably put in some lighting. That would probably help quite a bit. Let's see. Put it on this side. Come on. There. Okay, so last time I started to talk about Nano. If you're not familiar, NaNoWriMo is a challenge that writers take part in. The challenge is to write 50,000 words in a month. It is challenging, I suppose is the right word for it. It is definitely, it's interesting. I'll tell you, I've done it before. I've participated 3 different times. I've won it twice, which just means that I actually wrote 50,000 words. Or once, I'm sorry. I didn't quite complete it the second time. At any rate, yeah, it's interesting, that's for sure. It's just trying to. Okay, so that. Might as well do as many of these as I can. Seeds. I gotta organize my inventory. I hate not being able to find things. It's not what I'm after. There. And then we'll do that. And crud. Well, some of these just aren't going to be as efficient as they could be. That's all. We'll try our best, but you know, our best is all we can do. So. Do that, and once again I'm going to do this to make sure there's enough light. A couple different gardens going on. Hopefully we'll get some things growing. Okay, I did find pumpkins, so I'm going to go ahead and plant those. Actually, I'll put them on this side, I think. And the other thing I'm going to need to do right away is start getting wood, because I'm going to need a ton of wood, obviously, for, yeah, okay, for tools and so on. So yeah, Nano is the National Novel Writing Month. Couldn't say it all. It's a mouthful. And the challenge is to write 50,000 words in 30 days, which is just about as insane as it sounds. I typically write between 3,000 and 5,000 words a day for work, so it's not as crazy. I mean, to do Nano, you do about 1,500 words a day, 1,500 to 1,600. I forget what exactly the numbers work out to, but it might be 1,633 or something like that. I actually have a chart that I made years ago when I started doing this. I was running a writing blog at the time, and so I have a chart that shows me you know, where I'm at and how many words I need to do per day to finish. And so yeah, it's as crazy as it sounds. It's actually a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. Generally, it's just like doing Minecraft. You know, you talk to other people that do it, and you have, that was not what I wanted to do. There are forums and so on to, you know, so you can keep up with other people that are just as crazy as you are. I wonder if I can just, yeah, I bet you I could bring some water a little closer here. Maybe. I should try to optimize my garden a little bit. Because I was thinking if I did that, it would just expand my reach a little ways here. So yeah. Maybe I could get another row out of this. Not sure how that's going to work. We'll see. That should work, right? It's hydrating. Even from that's not a full source block or anything, but it's kind of working. So whatever, we'll take what we can get, right? Yeah, when did I start to talk about nano? It's crazy. Yeah, it's insane. It's a lot of work and it's a lot of fun, and it's not that easy, but it's a very, very good way for me to get back into writing. I have not written a novel in 3 years. Previous to that, I was writing a novel about, well, depended. I mean, original novel about once a year, and I had also written a bunch of fan fiction, so I don't really count that as novels. But if you count fan fiction as novels, I've written over 30. So anyway, because for a while I was very prolific. I was writing a new book about every 2 or 3 months. I was finishing a book there for a while. And then my life kind of fell apart with my divorce, and that was kind of, I just didn't write for a while. So I am just feeling like it's time. I have a original novel, actual book, not just a fan fiction, that I am in the process of preparing to publish on Kindle, which is kind of, I know it sounds lame. Everybody's like, oh yeah, self-publishing, but I tell you what, indie publishing is the wave of the future. People are not as adverse to buying and reading Kindle books as they used to be. So it is definitely a market that is out there and expanding. And in fact, several of the books that I've bought and read and really enjoyed were indie published. And the difference between self-publishing and indie publishing is just indie publishers are not connected with a big house like the Random House or Delacorte or one of these big name publishers. But they do take the time to hire an actual editor, hire somebody to do their art, unless they're actually professional level artists themselves, and do that sort of thing. And, so the difference is you get a book that's actually as good a quality as what you would get, if you just went and bought one from Barnes & Noble or whatever. And, obviously in the ebook format, most commonly, there are indie publishers who, do print on demand or actually do a run of print books, but because of the expense involved, they're pretty rare. Most people just do it on Kindle, which is what I intend to do. I have an artist who's working on a cover for me. She is professional. She sells her work. She's actually a really good artist. She's surprisingly good. And I am fortunate to have friends that are this talented. My wheat is not growing fast enough. Why isn't it growing? Come on, wheat, grow faster. I need the food. Okay. I'm down 3 hunger bars. I haven't gotten any apples yet, which is kind of a bummer. And I know I shouldn't be jumping, but I can't really help it because I have to get over the water thing there. And I'm not seeing a single chicken. I don't want to go very far because it is getting dark already. I've not seen a single mushroom or anything to eat. Okay, it looks like my wheat's growing reasonably fast now. It's frustrating to have pumpkins and not having found chickens yet. Okay, I think I gotta go back down my hole. I'm gonna leave a crafting table up here. And I'm actually going to put a lid on my hole. Yeah. Just do it there. That's fine. And I kind of want to do a chest. Just so I can dump off some inventory in case I do get into some good mining and, you know, I don't want to have a bunch of crap in my inventory. So that stays with me. That can go, that can go, that can go actually. Hoe can stay up here. Don't need the andesite, don't need the extra trapdoor. Don't need that. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. Back downstairs. We seem to go down these awfully fast. But as long as I hear the ladder noises, I know I'm not going to fall, so that's good. Okay, we're still on day one. We're only 11 minutes into the thing here. Just going to do that for now. And just going to keep on mining. So yeah, the book that I'm going to write, that I'm in the process of coming up with a plot for, is actually a sequel to the one that I'm working on getting ready for Kindle. I need iron. I need more iron. Alright, that's got to be in the second slot, because otherwise I'm going to keep hitting the 2. And that's not... I'm using the scroll wheel more and more often, but I'm used to still having to use the number pad to reach my items. For many years I've played 3 or 4 years, however long I've been playing, I played Minecraft with a touchpad for about forever. And I'm not used to having a scroll wheel. So I'm still adjusting to that dynamic. Alright, let's grab some more stairs. Shouldn't need any more than that, I wouldn't think. Can't believe I only have 6 iron so far. I'm going to go ahead and make a furnace though, so I can at least throw it up in there. Kind of want to wait till I have 8. I don't like to waste the coal. But I need a better pick, so I'm going to go ahead and... There. I need a better pick. Let's see, where are we at anyway? We're getting quite down quite low. Goodness. English. This is actually plenty low enough. We're just going to go ahead and start mining. And hope we hit something good here. So the book I have written, and I'll be very brief because I realize not everybody's into writing and so on. The book I actually have finished is called The Dead Mothers Club. And I know that sounds like such a horrible title. But it's based on a running joke, and I've really debated about whether I would change the title, but I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it alone because I think it's a provocative title, and I think that it's not just the shock value of, oh, dead mothers, that's terrible, you know. It's not that, but it's that the title is from the character. Oh my goodness. I should probably start at the beginning. I can't believe I just found gold. That's awesome though, because I need gold. The character who is, I suppose you could say, is the main character. She drives most of the story. I can't collect that yet though because I don't have iron yet. Is Erin Way, and she's a teenager, obviously. I write young adult. I probably didn't mention that. I don't normally write adult fiction. I have written adult fiction, but I prefer to write young adult. At any rate, she is an honor student, headed for the top of her class. She'll probably graduate early, that kind of thing. And her friends, Jenny, Mark, Regine, and Tony, are completely floored when she commits suicide. They don't understand what could have caused this girl to do something like that. She lives with her dad and her uncle. Oh my goodness. The things you find when you don't have iron. Are you kidding me? Not that I'm complaining, mind you, about finding diamonds. I'm very excited to have found diamonds. I'm irritated that hi. Can't collect them yet. Okay then. So yeah, obviously I'm going to go back and get that iron pick. Go get back and get that iron and make a pick before this episode ends so I can collect all these goodies I'm finding. So this is going to be a good area for mining. That's excellent. So yeah, she's as the story opens, and each chapter is from one of the kids' points of view. So it opens with Jenny, and she's talking about how she's can't believe the funeral is this week, stuff like that. Jenny's parents, it's her mother and her stepfather. Her mother's alcoholic, her stepfather's abusive, so she doesn't have an easy life. And but she's not a whiny character. I think she's very likable as far as that goes. And you don't get a lot of the parents in the. She goes off and does her own thing. You don't see a lot of them, except for when they're necessary to the story. So at any rate, so it follows Jenny for the first chapter, and then she runs into Aaron's uncle. She actually skips school and she goes out, and so I can't deal with it today, and she ends up running into her uncle, and so we get to meet him. And then in the second chapter, you meet Tony, who's he was actually in the youth group with Aaron. I know, I'm like, oh, so casual about diamonds. Like, oh, no big deal, it's just diamonds. It is a big deal. I'm very excited to find diamonds. Is there only 4? Oh, man. I was hoping enough for a sword and a pick, but you know what? Oh, lapis, nice. Take that too, why not? I'll want that for dye for the collars, and I'm just looking to see what's behind it. I probably shouldn't go too far, though, with all the lava noises I'm hearing. Okay, oh, I got enough gold for a clock. That'll be nice. So, anyway, lost my train of thought. So in the next chapter you meet Tony, and you also meet Aaron's father. And Aaron's father brings Tony her journal, and she actually left some gifts for some of her closer friends, and Tony happened to be one of them, and she actually left her notebook that she carried everywhere with her to him. She had left them just wrapped in brown paper and labeled, and so at any rate, the father, he's a friend of the family, and he delivers it to Tony, and so you get to meet him and see how distraught he is at losing his daughter. When Tony opens the journal, the whole premise of the book is these kids are writing I'm not a very good storyteller, am I? I write better than I talk, believe it or not. These kids are involved in a class project where they're actually writing a book about the American high school experience. You know, it's commissioned by a publisher for a contest. And they're writing this book is a group project for their writing club. And Erin actually started and named the writing club, and she named it the Dead Mothers Club. And the reason for that, and it's explained in Jenny's chapter, is that, or in Regine's, I can't remember which chapter, but at any rate, the Newbery winners for about the last 10 or 15 years have been what are known in the trade as Dead Mothers books. And, you know, if you think of things like Walk Two Moons, Because of Winn-Dixie, they're all books in which the main character has lost their mother. At least one parent, and most likely the mother. So that's where Dead Mother Books comes from. I am almost out. Oh, I am out of time. It's day 2. Okay, guys, that's it for today, and I'll tell you some more about it next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.